Hello, welcome to another Kamen Rider review. Today we got the figure 66. These are candy toys. They're miniature, as it's ages 15 and up. The exact name for these are 66mm size action figure collection. Those are 4 kinds for now, and posable action figures. And yeah, and just for size comparison, is a Lego minifigure, just for you to see the size of the box. So our first batch, we got surprisingly no double. You got Ichigo, you got Gaim, of course. So you got the original and the latest one, and for some reason O's and Decade. Don't know why them. I mean they're cool. And pretty much I picked this box up because these are one of my favorite riders, Decade, O's and Ichigo. But you would think maybe maybe double's been oversaturated, maybe. Who knows? But that's how they are. So I've actually opened all these while I was on my way home, apart from O's, so I can give you the experience. Yeah, packaging is pretty cool on top. You got pretty much the same picture. This is pretty much the exact size of the figure inside, so that's the size of the head. Kamen Rider OOO. One side, all of them have the same, it's all Ichigo on all of them. And you got a little barcode right there, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or you can actually go to bandai.co.jp/candy/rider, you can probably see that right there. And on the back, of course, you got more details on this figure. It's like you got these other ones lined up. So you got the sword and different hands, best before dates and warnings, and yeah. So just quick look at the other boxes. Got Decade. Leo Decado! Yeah, that guy's gonna be turned for the Kamen Rider War movie. Heisei vs. Showa. Ichigo! Awesome. I like Ichigo. So, while these are super deformed, they're not extremely super deformed. Like, the head is cutesy and big, but it's not over the top big. You can see it's slightly bigger, but not crazy big. In fact, this scale figure, Bandai has been experimenting with different cute versions of big heads. Some are figurines, some are statues. Yeah, and I kind of go at the bottom. You can you can close that up. Peg, box is shut. So good for collectors, I guess. There's also instructions inside because this figure is so complicated, but just so you can see, so you got the figure, you got the stand and such that you can mess around with, sort of. That's what it's telling you. So whatever. But I'm gonna open O's because in front of the camera, so you guys can see the whole thing. So bottom, this is how I usually open them, because if you open from the top, you will, well, it doesn't look as good for me personally. And often candy toys usually have that little dotted line where you can tear open the top, which makes it really hard to open the top without breaking it completely. So yeah, standard food flavored candy. You've seen my other candy toy reviews, I would have gone over that. So you got 4 segments, you got one head, the body, don't know why they have to do that. And I guess the head has more details, so they want to scratch or something. And you got this little tray they got to break out, and you got the weapon one. So you know, pull the weapon out without breaking the bag. Black piece of plastic, which it's actually a Lego figure could probably hold this. Let's find out. Yes, he can. Wrong weapon. What am I doing? So yeah, detail wise the sword is pretty good in molding, but the paint is severely lacking. Of course, these are cheap figures. In the big stores, like candy stores, they are 38 Hong Kong dollars each, so that's about £2.50, I guess. And there's no way I'm gonna like not completely rip open this bag, just get the torso out, so I'm gonna have to do that with this one. Sorry bag. O's figure. And come out. Yeah. Okay, so you got the stage, which I'm just gonna do that. Look, popped off. Got these hands. So you have a pair of closed fist hands. Damn you kids! And you got open hands for holding the weapons, of course. I am not going to use the fist hands at all because it's sort of pointless, because these are almost punchy hands anyway, so I'm not going to bother swapping them all over the place. So peg in, get the head, peg, oh this is tight, oh I guess that's in, and given the sword, and peg him into the stage. Come on, very tight figure, which is a good thing for some, because you know, it means it's solid and such. Oh, the sword's falling off his hand. There you go. And yeah, I'll just assemble all the other figures and jump cut. So, well, quick look at articulation. All of them are the same. First of all their hands are rubbery, soft goodness, I guess. Same as the stage, it's all from the same piece. So these are all black plastic that's painted. And all the stages are completely identical, and they all have little holes in there so you can peg in the extra hands, which is good because like it's like the only accessories you get, you can peg in with the stage. Articulation, the neck is on a ball joint, so there's lots of movement there. Horns are really soft rubbery plastic, so you know you won't snap it. So it's a scarf. Really gorgeous compound eyes. Like this head could almost, you can almost stick this head on the SH figure arts and it'll look correct in place. Upper arm on the ball joint, and the ball joint itself, this little peg, has a little bit of movement, like so. That's kind of cool. Gives it quite a lot of movement for such a small figure. The hip is actually on the ball joint, but this figure's a bit tight. Some of the other ones move a little bit better. Elbow joint and swivel on the arms. So moving back into that pose. Henshin. Full swivel, by the way. 360 degrees swivel. Ball peg. Knee joint. Foot is also on a ball joint. Well, it's actually, yeah. Actually a swivel and a turn. So, it's pretty cool. By the way, they did mold the bottom of the feet. Details. So, Ichigo is probably the worst figure of the lot in terms of just money, because he doesn't have a weapon and he didn't get any like extra figures, extra things or anything, which is sort of annoying. Sort of think that maybe he should have come with the orange blade that Gaim didn't get, because he only got his normal weapon. So Ichigo goes to the side for now. But all these figures have really good molding detail. It's just the paint is slightly lacking, but I can live with that because these are cheapish figures and they're tiny. So if you're good with a Gundam marker pen, you can always like add the details. With Ichigo, most of his details that you really have to add is the green on the back and the silver belt. Now, all of them have a little butt, like a hole area on his butt, the butthole. So does that mean it's going to be like a stage at some point, like a display stand for these? Who knows? If they're going to release extra bits for these, depends how well these sell. So, but at least they plan ahead. So there's a hole on the back of him, and who knows what that's going to do. Decade, yeah, pretty lacking detail on the back, of course. But especially his helmet, just feels missing something. So, but again, like I said, you can easily paint that. He does have some dots on molded plastic where the logos of the other riders appear on his belt buckle on the decker driver, so you can easily fill in the blanks there, like just drop a bit of black ink in there and it'll be fine, so it's not hard to customize. The middle bit, of course, is also black, so you know, get yourself a bit of red paint and do that. Arms need a bit of paint. His weapon, of course, the Rider Booker, is pretty good. Again, all the molded detail is there, there's little lines on it, but again, you gotta, you know, give it a little bit of paint to make it look better. O's, some reason O's has these holes in his arms. Don't know what that is for. It's on both sides. There's an odd place to have holes, so who knows what that is for. Very fine more detail on the feet, by the way. Yes, butter feet. Silver O's driver, which is totally wrong, and then black belt, which again is totally wrong. It should have just be first to paint, for God's sake. Chest details just printed on is flat, and like I said before, the weapon is pretty good molded wise, just needs a bit of paint. Finally, we've got Gaim. His weapon can peg in to the side. It looks pretty good, just need to paint. Soft horn, of course, don't want to stab kids. Little orange print, like his driver is pretty accurate. Also mowing detail going on, the orange armor and such. Yeah, it's pretty good back coloring, I guess. And yeah, it's pretty good looking. So yeah, for the price these go for, they're not bad. I mean, if you like sort of cute super deformed style and you like articulation, this is a combination of both. With such tiny figures, they're pretty good. Painted details is almost very similar to soft vinyl figures that you get, and yeah, just get yourself a marker pen and fill in the gaps, really. Overall, these are pretty good. In candy stores or Kashiland in Hong Kong, you can get them for about $38 each, but Decade and Ichigo are rare. You always see O's and Gaim left, so Decade and Ichigo are the rare ones. So it's to get a set slightly harder, and so Decade and Ichigo probably cost a little bit more than Gaim and O's. Of course, but if you go to toy markets in Hong Kong, you probably get them slightly cheaper. You definitely get them slightly cheaper than $38 each. I definitely did. $38 each is actually a bit too much for such a tiny figure for me personally. But depends if you like the style, I guess. Who knows what they've got planned for the series if it carries on. I'm not too bothered about this. I won't collect this like crazy, but since it's such a low price, and I see how the video goes, the review of the video goes, if I got incentive to get more of these if they do come out. And I swear, I must have imagined it. I swear I saw like a double figure somewhere. Subscribe, suggest, and comment below, and go say me you're gonna pick on these. By the way, awesome compound eyes on all of these, which is pretty much the highlight. Even if you don't like the super deformed thing, just take the helmet and like just to keep the head. Subscribe, suggest, comment below, guys. Take care and have a nice day. Bye.